Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. So I'm just going to get right into it. I have been, for the last over a week, feeling not that great. This channel is about mental health and, a different source of mental health. One of the things that I've been dealing with for the last couple of months since I found out that um, I'm in perimenopause is that I still get my monthly, right? And like a week before it comes, I start going through some type of trend, like pains and emotional and mental, like it gets crazy. Um and even when it's here, I am no good. Like my I have no energy. I already have problems sleeping because of what I deal with, with the depression and anxiety and things like that. I already have I like really strict problem, a lot of problems sleeping, which um, my, I just started. I've been seeing a therapist for months, but I've just started seeing a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist is talking about maybe trying to see if they have anything for me to take for the sleep, because when I tell you I'm up until about 7 a.m. in the morning, sometimes 8, or if I finally fall asleep around 3 or 4, I'm up at about 8, and it's just not good. But I go through some symptoms where my back aches really bad, cramps, the pain down my leg, just exhaustion. I go through it. So please bear with me. I know, I'm supposed to be doing these parts and finishing, where the story, the situation with me, my husband, and the abuse, physical, emotional, and mental abuse. But yeah. Anywho, um, so I know I left off talking about the phones when excuse me, I believe I was talking about when we had the phones. Well, he had the phone first. A note, I believe it was a flip phone. I know it's from T-Mobile. I believe this is a Nokia. I don't even know. Anyway, it was from T-Mobile flip phone, and I was due to get one. I brought my own because I was like, I want a phone too, like and so the crazy thing is, I didn't know much about nothing. He went and got the phone. But before he got home, I'm going to tell you this. This is how trifling the man was. Before he got home, he switched the phones. He put his SIM in my brand new phone and gave me his own phone. Now, I may have played the fool a lot, but I wasn't that much of a damn fool. Come on, man. He gave me the phone. And at first, I'm just happy to have a phone. That was my very first time having a phone. Cell phones were, like, I believe, fairly new at the time, so it was like exciting and new. I just so happened to start looking at my phone, and I'm noticing that there's scratches on it, and then in the part, like I said, it was like a silver, blue, something like that phone, but it had a window part of it where, or I think the window was like that where the time was, and there was dust in it. Like, it was like little dirt particles or something. So I'm like, scratches, little dirt particles. I'm like, why would they give me a phone like this? So I want to remember, I believe I said to him, they gave me an old phone or something. And then I end up doing a little investigation, and I was checking because he was he wasn't a genius either. He kept the boxes. So I did compare the numbers, and I noticed that I had a new box with like some numbers on it, but he had, and I and but it didn't match. But when I checked his box, it matched. So it was like, I'm like, you traded phones. You took the brand new phone and gave me the old phone. Like, how disgusting was that? And I think I made a little bit of I made us think about it, and he just switched it back like it was nothing. And I really even said anything. I believe I just took it as I usually did. Well, I did give a little pushback, a little fuss, but nothing major where he was like it made any difference to him. Trifling, right? So that was one thing, right? And then so we went on. Um there was a time, like I said, I would pick fights with him because I wanted him to, like, I knew he would leave and go to run into mommy, so I would kind of sort of try to pick little fights with him so he can go, nothing too serious where we would get into physical altercations, but just enough to pick fights with him. And he would pack his little things and go back running back to mommy because that would give me a breather. That's when I was really like starting to get tired. I believe that was the initial when I was starting to get tired of him, and I was just like, yeah, so he go running back to mommy house because mommy's gonna always take care of you. you know Mommy's never gonna see your wrongdoings and never gonna make you take accountability, so therefore you're never gonna take accountability. So yeah, he would run back to mommy and everything like that. And when he would come back, so um there was a time where, and I don't, the crazy thing is, I was buying him things. You know, I didn't even make much money. I didn't have much money, but I would buy him. So there was like well, there was a popular name brand back in those days, early 2000s, late 90s, and I brought it for him. I brought him some of those jeans and everything like that, and the first night I found out he went to see another woman with him. So the crazy thing is the next morning when he got in, I knew he it was with another woman because I found out, from one of his friends actually. And so I took the jeans and I hid them. I didn't. I told him I threw it away though, because when he woke up, I said, I found out you was with another woman, and I was acting like I threw it away, but I just pushed him under the. It was under the couch cushion, the living room couch cushion. He didn't know that though, but we got into it. Of course, he like. So I told him I threw him down the incinerator. He's like, go get him, da da da, and then get out the bed, and we're physically, he's physically pushing me towards the door. I'm pushing back, but I can't really stop him from pushing me. So he's like basically punching me at the same time, like while he has me, you know, and he pushes me out the door, open up the door, pushes me out the door and everything like that. And I'm trying to, yeah, he pushed me out the door and then locks it. And in my mind, I think the kids were in school, except for my youngest baby. And I'm in my mind, I'm just thinking all kinds of things that's running through my head, like, will he harm the baby? Like, what? And I'm banging on the door and I'm kicking and everything because I was trying to push it open, but I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it open, and um, I'm pushing and banging on my own door. This is my apartment. His name was never even on the lease, right? Um, and the neighbor, she just so happened to open up her door and she looks down the hall, and I'm like, please call the cops. And she closes her door. She closes her door. Um, and finally, I don't even know how I got in. But then that's when we started physically fighting, and he's punching me and everything like that. And I told the pants is right there, like the pants is right there. I didn't want him to have him though, because I'm like, I brought him, you know. But I was just like, whatever, take him and everything. And so long story short, the last well, you know what? Before I even get to that, let me just say this. I invited my sister over, like the one, I had so this is a thing. In my previous videos, I explained to you guys how I just forgive people. It doesn't matter. You could have walked all over me back then, and I would forgive you. Because I wanted to have people in my life. You know, so um I invited my sister over. This is my biological sister, the one I said that I felt like he slept with her, whatever the case may be. Um, she came. She had, her male friend, her boy. That was her boyfriend at the time. Whatever, another bum. But he just wasn't. He was more submissive to my sister than, whatever the case may be. But we end up playing cards. They're drinking Hennessy, things like that. I guess he threw out the or something happened with my sister and her boyfriend started arguing and things like that. And she got up and she yanked his hair. He had dreads. She yanked his hair. She was the aggressor to him. She was the abuser and things like that. So she pulled his hair and everything like that. He was like, "You see, this is why I don't deal with her like that, like da da da," and stuff like that. And I told